In the eerie yet endearing world of the Addams Family, one character embodies the perfect mix of spooky charm and innocent mischief, and that's little Wednesday Addams. In 1964, the adorable Lisa Loring, with her braided hair and deadpan delivery, brought the character of Wednesday Addams to life and onto our television screens. Lisa Loring was born Lisa Ann DeSenses on February 16, 1958, to Judith Ann and James DeSenses, both of whom served in the United States Navy, and at the time of Lisa's birth, they were stationed in the Marshall Islands. When Lisa was still a very young child, her parents divorced and she moved with her mother to Hawaii. Later, they settled into Los Angeles, California, and at the age of 3, she landed her first acting role in an episode of the NBC medical drama Dr. Kildare. In 1964, Lisa's mother took her to an open casting call for the role of Wednesday Addams, and even though Lisa couldn't read the script, she followed directions and spoke very well, which was good enough for a callback. The role was eventually narrowed down to 3 girls, but when Lisa did a screen test with Carolyn Jones, there was no doubt. They knew they had their Wednesday. The Addams Family television show is based on characters created by Charles Addams, who introduced them to the world in 1938 through his weekly New Yorker single-panel comic strip. The Addams Family television show debuted on ABC on September 18, 1964. Despite their eccentricities, the Addams family are deeply devoted to one another. They live in a sprawling mansion filled with oddities, and their interactions with the outside world often serve as a source of comedic tension as they navigate misunderstandings and misconceptions due to their unconventional lifestyle.
You kids really live in this crumb box?
We like it. It's so nice and airy.
The Addams Family was canceled in 1966 after only 2 seasons and 64 episodes. That same year, the Addams Family executive producer, David Levy, created a show for Phyllis Diller called The Pruitts of Southampton. David recruited a few of the Addams Family alumni for the new project, including Lisa, who played Susie Pruitt, but the series did not last. In 2002, TV Guide ranked it as one of the worst television shows of all time. So I guess it's not surprising it was canceled after only 1 season. Lisa made an appearance on The Girl from U.N.C.L.E. However, she struggled to find more acting opportunities, and she may have been experiencing typecasting from playing Wednesday, or maybe she was just in those in-between years, struggling to transition from playing child roles. Whatever the case, Lisa was also dealing with troubles at home. Her mother had a long history of alcoholism, and Lisa was not happy with her home life, and she found an escape through her high school boyfriend, whom she married in 1973 when she was just 15 years old. 1974 was a year of significant changes for Lisa. She gave birth to her first daughter, Vanessa, but her marriage was falling apart, and she was headed for divorce. And during this time, Lisa's mother, Judith, passed away at the young age of 34. At 16, Lisa found herself facing the challenges of being a single parent. But despite the difficulties that came with raising a child on her own, she did not give up. She persevered. In 1977, Lisa adorned her braids one more time. She stepped back into the role of Wednesday Addams for the 1977 made-for-television movie Halloween with the New Addams Family. 11 years after the cancellation of the original series, this production brought back most of the original cast, all except for Grandmama Blossom Rock, who was too ill to attend. The movie received mixed reviews, but seeing the cast back together was nice. It was also the first time the Addams Family had been shot in color, which was interesting, but I still prefer them in black and white. I think it adds to the spookiness. Lisa made a couple of appearances on Barnaby Jones and Fantasy Island, but not much else. Not until 1980, when she landed a recurring role as Cricket Montgomery on As the World Turns.
As the World Turns. This portion brought to you today by Squeezably Soft Charmin Bathroom Tissue and by All Temperature Cheer. Cleans in hot, warm, and cold to help keep clothes looking their best.
Why did you go back and tell Barbara? I mean, what did you hope to accomplish by that?
I thought you had a right to know.
But even this was not a substantial role. The character eventually marries and moves away. In 1981, Lisa married fellow actor Doug Stevenson, best known for portraying Len Santel on the soap opera Search for Tomorrow. And together they had a daughter, but the marriage would not last, and by 1984, Lisa was single again. In 1987, with two little ones to care for, Lisa started looking for acting roles. She appeared in the horror movie Blood Frenzy, and that same year played Roxy in the Frank Stallone movie Savage Harbor. Also in 1987, Lisa married Paul Siderman, an adult film star who went by the stage name Jerry Butler, and this marriage took a toll on Lisa. Paul was a well-known actor in the adult film industry, having starred in hundreds of such movies, and this made Lisa uncomfortable. She was uncomfortable with marrying someone who did that for a living, and Paul promised to quit the adult film industry if Lisa agreed to marry him. And Lisa said yes. And Paul made an attempt to break into traditional movies. However, his efforts were unsuccessful, and he found adjusting to a different sort of lifestyle difficult. And without Lisa's knowledge, Paul resumed acting in adult movies under a different name to hide it from her. At this time, Lisa was also working in the adult entertainment industry, but she was doing it behind the scenes. She was responsible for writing scripts, designing sets, doing makeup, and other related tasks. So it's not surprising that Lisa found out about Paul's secret, and his deception became a massive problem in their marriage. At some point during this disastrous marriage, drugs were introduced, and Lisa got hooked. And if things weren't bad enough, in November of 1991, Lisa found her friend Kelly Van Dyke's body after she had passed away. And if you're not familiar with Kelly Van Dyke's story, she was the daughter of Jerry Van Dyke and the niece of Dick Van Dyke. She was going through a rough time with addiction, and her marriage to Twin Peaks actor Jack Nance was falling apart. Kelly was distressed, and it's a tragic story to tell. However, Lisa did speak about it in 1992 on an episode of Geraldo, where she discussed what happened leading up to the death of Kelly and also how she found her friend. That episode can be found on YouTube, and I will include the link to it in the description of this video. All of this left Lisa in a very fragile state of mind. She was depressed, she was self-medicating, and she knew she was spiraling down the same path as her mother, and she did not want that to happen. She made the brave decision to check herself into rehab. She put significant effort into turning her life around, and she was able to overcome her addiction. And although they attempted to save their marriage, it was not meant to be. Lisa and Paul divorced in 1992. After ending things with Paul, Lisa worked at an interior design firm in Santa Monica. She got married for the fourth time in 2003 to Graham Rich. However, they separated in 2008 and later divorced in 2014. In the 2000s, Lisa started appearing at conventions and signing autographs. She appeared in the 2014 horror movie Way Down in Chinatown and the 2015 movie Dr. Spine. In January of 2023, Lisa, who had previously been diagnosed with hypertension, had a stroke. She was put on life support, and her family had to make the difficult decision to remove her from it. She passed away peacefully on January 28, 2023, with her daughters by her side. That's a short look into the life and career of Lisa Loring. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you like this sort of content, please subscribe. If you have a favorite Addams Family memory, please leave it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching.